Raising a child is an art and one of the toughest jobs in the universe. No one is perfect. Keeping this in mind is important when we set our expectations. Enlightening parents regarding how to set an example for their children, how to handle them on a daily basis is very tough during COVID-19. The weekly YouTube live programs of yours in Every Parent Must Know has been helpful to the parents in not only strengthening their bonds with their children, but more importantly, how to understand them as well. I understand that that was the first session that you started off with when the lockdown began. My question to you is, how did you choose your topics for the session? Because everything is equally important. And what are the critical things that parents must know? Even now, I'm sure parents need to know a lot because they have a very high expectation of their children. So, nothing wrong, but would like to hear from you.
Yeah, it was the month of June in the first week when I felt that it's time for me to get out of the house and go to the campus. And we have our Swamiji, Brahmachari Maheshwar Chaitanya, who is heading the admissions for all the Amrita School of Engineering. So we had sat together and said as to how we could connect ourselves with the society, with the stakeholders, and let's not be sitting silent and wait for things to happen. And that is where we hit our heads together to have a combined a combination of both our brains. And then first thing what we felt that let's get connected to the parents, because the parent would be the person who would certainly be, so depressed about their children being at home for a couple of months, and the future is so bleak, right, uncertain and unpredictable. So we both felt that let's take something on to the parents first, and I used to conduct this parents meeting. I have something very special for the parents, which I call electronic parenting, e-parenting.
Okay.
And I have done quite a few such meets across the country. Been quite a successful parenting guy.
I'm sure. Because I've attended some of your sessions. Yes.
Yeah. So, so I felt, look, when I could meet, let's say, 400, 500, and even there's a school here, Avila Convent, that's about, I had addressed about 4,000 parents. It's a huge school. And the type of response that I received was totally encouraging, and I was feeling very contented about the couple of hours that I spent with the parents. And it's a learning mutually. The parents ask questions and I answered them. I asked questions, so they answered. And since I've been doing this, I felt let me do it now. We don't know where the parents are sitting, at least. It was for a particular school. Now let me spread it out to the parents of those children who had applied for us for Amrita School of Engineering or Amrita School of Arts and Science. So whichever course they had applied, let me write to them that this is what I'm going to conduct. And it was quite fabulous. We had close to about 6,000, 7,000 parents listening at a particular point of time. And it was on different topics. And today, it is not the same. Like your parents were different, and you as a parent is different. Your daughter as a parent would be different. So I cannot just keep on talking about those ways where my father used to, my parents used to, yell at me, beat at me. So these cannot be practiced today. So I developed certain point, like how do you manage an angry child? Right.
Yes.
Like for example, how do you handle an angry child? I don't remember the topics which I handled.
I'll tell you. It's
mother's
please. Love.
Mother's love. That's again one more. I make my little children, the parents really cry, because if you look at today's contest, the parental connections, that's with the child, the daughter, son, and the parent. It's getting the gap is getting widened. And today, the children, for their own comfort, I'm not blaming anybody for that. Send their parents to so-called old age homes, and they feel by just giving them monthly stipend or monthly financial support, the parents would be happy. So I take that sitch, the parents' love. That's one of those hitty topic of mine where I had made many of my children cry. And when I do it on a stage, I really make them cry. I also cry, and by end of the session, you can see every child, 99% of the children who are sitting and watching me, you can see drops of tears. And that's a feel I need to create, that a feel in the mind that the children must know that parenting is not an easy job. Because parenting has no retirement. Absolutely, it's a lifelong commitment and a responsibility, which not the parent must know, but even children must know that, even if I'm 90, my daughter could be, let's say, 60 or 65. But still, for me, I look at her as born just recently, carrying her little baby on my hand. So I think that is the hit of my, that's my hit bullseye. I mean, it has been doing a wonderful sessions across.